Of all the diseases to have, I would hate to have Asperger's syndrome because of what it sounds like. It sounds like Asperger.
It's not a disease. It's a syndrome.
Yeah, it's a syndrome.
Or syndrome, Asperger's syndrome. Either way it goes, that name's a syndrome. I mean, the guy who named it is called, that's his name, Hans Asperger. It's Asperger.
No, it's not like an ass and a hamburger.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's ASPP.
That's just,
well, was he the guy?
Do you have S? That's what I just said. ASPBERGER. That's just, I just said that.
Asperger.
Is he the first guy to have it, like Lou Gehrig, or did he invent it?
No, he's a pediatrician who I guess he found this behavior and found a pattern for it and named it. But even then, I'd be like, do y'all know my last name is Asperger? Can we call it Hans syndrome or something like that?
He clearly wasn't going to open a sandwich shop, so there was very little possibilities for fame for this guy.
It's like those anti-anxiety drugs that for people who are afraid to be social, but the side effects are loss of hair and lack of erection and, loss of your bowels. It's like, well, those are legitimate reasons to be afraid to go around people.
Why didn't you tell us you had this problem?
Hey, this is my way of doing that.
Could have saved us a lot of trouble. No, the reason why we're talking about Asperger's syndrome is because there's this movie out, Adam, which we're talking about right now. And if you've ever heard about this or experienced it from someone who's had it, or if you have it yourself.
Or if you've been on spill.com.
I was about to say, there's been plenty of people we had to ban who had that, or we get the feeling they've had it. No, it's a syndrome where you have an emotional disconnect with people. You can't socially read what people are expressing to you, and what's even more frustrating is that you can't express yourself. So you'll either not know how to talk to people, or you'll just say what's on your mind, which could be the most awkward thing.
Dude, it's not as simply as like what Cyrus does every week. Asperger's is a form of autism. I mean, it's lower on the scale as far as severity, and it's high functioning, but the people are almost like not, I don't want to say sociopaths, but they do feel, but it's just so much more logical. There's no spontaneity to the personality. They don't get jokes. They take everything literally. There's no subterfuge. There's no saying one thing and meaning something else.
Man, that sounds like me. I've been drinking a little bit. Fuck you say? Hey man, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, I don't think we would ever mistake you with somebody who could only tell the truth. I don't think that's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
I don't care how many beers you got in you.
Plus,
it's not what you think, man. I swear. She's just some 14-year-old girl who's putting her top on the internet. I don't know why she's on my webcam.
And that part about not being able to tell a joke, I would say you'd have that too. So this movie deals with a guy named Adam who he has the syndrome, but he's a good-looking guy. So when this girl Beth moves into his apartment building, she's like, "Damn, I'm gonna talk to this guy." And when she starts talking to him, he's like, "I gotta wash clothes," and then she's like, "Well, fuck it, that makes it easier for me to get laid."
Wow. I mean, there is that thing because the lead actress in this is Rose Byrne, who's like, chick's been in my top 5 for the last 3 or 4 years.
She was in Knowing, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was in Knowing.
Yeah, she's
okay,
hot.
so she's that hot. What does she need to lower her standards for?
Hey, man, here's the thing, because when I saw it, man, whoever did this is another time when the people who did the trailer should be shot, because they made this seem like the sappiest romantic comedy, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. When you actually see the movie, it's not sappy at all, and it's very realistic the way it happens. Because the fact is, she's recently been hurt. She's in a new city. She had a boyfriend who cheated on her a lot, and so she's kind of looking for something safe.
So what's safer than hooking up with a guy with a childlike mind?
Yeah, but I mean, she really, I think her breakup gave her Asperger's syndrome, because she just said, she's latching on to the first thing that comes across.
Desperate for ass syndrome.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. Desperate for ass syndrome.
Listen, all I gotta say is, if that's all it takes to get somebody like her, I can act like that too.
Oh,
See,
well, I think it finally explains what's up with Cyrus and his girlfriend.
Hey, I'm just going to take that because I don't want to start a fight here. I'm not the one with Asperger's syndrome.
No, man, this chick, I mean, she literally just said, the first thing that comes across my path, I'm fucking. And then comes in Adam. Hello. And she's like, Well, I did say I was going to fuck the first thing I come across. Yeah. And
so you make a deal with?
Because see, man, look, I don't want to make fun of this too much because you really do want to go in wanting a good laugh. Cause you're right. They even pitching this as a romantic comedy in the trailer. And so you're walking out saying, you're going expecting Adam Sandler. You expect Adam Sandler, hey, pretty girl, I love you. And it's not like that. It's, you go in and you realize that this girl's been in a breakup. Adam's father has just died. So they're trying to make it seem like, okay, here are two people who are very needy and have somehow coincidentally found each other. But you look at how Adam is, and you're thinking any woman would have a mace out. She'd be saying, this guy, because a woman's real cautious, you know? She's not going to think like, oh, this poor soul has Asperger's syndrome. She's going to think, this motherfucker's a rapist, a child molester.
You can tell how often Corey's had mace pulled on him.
That's always his first assumption.
Yeah, exactly.
What a woman's going to do. She's got two options.
See, I've tried to play the innocent child with women, you know, in the laundry room myself. Hi, lady.
Well, that's because you showed up wearing nothing but a pair of diapers. That's not what that means.
Damn it, I knew I went too far. I went full Asperger's.
Have you noticed that now that you don't walk around without pants, it doesn't happen as often?
My brain works differently from NTs.
NTs?
Neurotypicals. Sometimes I can't understand them, especially when they mean something different from what they're actually saying.
You don't do that?
Most Aspies are really honest. Psychologists think it's a lack of imagination, but psychologists are mostly NTs. Albert Einstein, Thomas Jefferson, Mozart, they all had lots of imagination.
They had Asperger's?
Probably.
This is directed by a guy named Max Meyer. He's directed only television stuff, episodes of The West Wing, and I think he did some other things, but this is his first film. And I don't know if he knew somebody with this syndrome or if he did a lot of research, but he does handle the material very well, very maturely. And more importantly, he handles it in a way that you believe it.
And the lead actor, I don't remember the guy's name.
Hugh Darcy.
Yeah, he nails that Asperger's syndrome.
Hugh Dancy.
Well, he nails it.
Does he crush that Asperger's?
He does it. Yeah. Shut up.
You're the one that said he nails that Asperger.
Please continue.
I'm speaking respectfully of the thespian's performance, which was dead on. And even like sitting in the theater talking to teachers who deals with these kids, even they all said like, man, he must have studied them a lot because he got it as it really is. And it's funny because this movie, I kept thinking like when a name like a one word name, it's gonna be like Charlie, like the story about the dumb guy who gets smart, but then everything goes horribly wrong. So I went in.
Like Harvey, she dates an imaginary rabbit.
Well, or Radio.
Radio, no.
Yeah, but that's closer to it because I wasn't thinking it was gonna be like an Adam Sandler movie. I thought it was gonna be like a Lifetime movie or just something.
Rosie O'Donnell would appear at some point acting retail.
I'm thinking this is something it's either gonna be like really romantic and Meg Riney, but then they're going to get really manipulative and put Adam in all kinds of danger, just make you want to cry for him.
But that's not it at all.
And yeah, they really managed, like so many romantic comedies we've seen this year, it managed to avoid all those pitfalls. It just skated right around them. And it's really like a good tale. You know, it plays very realistically. There's nothing in it where I go like, oh, come on. It's like, that's the way it would crowd go.
Is it funny?
Yeah, at times it is funny.
But see, it's not a romantic comedy. And I heard someone do a story about this other day on what is it, NPR, and they kept saying the new romantic comedy, and it's not a romantic. No, it's not a romantic comedy. It's more of a drama with a lot of humor thrown in there.
Is it romantic?
At times it is.
No, it is. Because it does make you want to root for this relationship, and the reason why this movie it mainly succeeds is because is not afraid to face harsh realities of this relationship, and not only that relationship, but all the circumstances around it that could affect it. Like maybe if these things weren't going on, this relationship could have worked a little bit longer. Because on top of this relationship forming and going through a lot of strain, you have Beth, her father,
Peter Gallagher, coming in as Peter Gallagher and his caterpillar eyebrows coming in and just hamming up every scene he's in. My baby girl, what's going on?
Come here,
these guys are full of bullshit. They ain't putting me in jail.